Hi guys, so welcome back. Today we will design our home screen. Okay, just follow me how I'll setting up all the things. Okay, so firstly, let me just create our. So just focus it here. Firstly, let me create our. I have created homepage here. Now I'll create one folder which is called blog. Okay, and here I'll create our home blog dot and homestay dot. Okay, so let me firstly create here our freeze class. Okay, home state. Okay, so just cut it and paste it here. Part home state dot and paste block. Okay, and paste. Okay, so now yeah. So here I'll create. We have a home model here. Okay, we have one enum class here. E home state which we have initial, we have error, we have success, we have loading. Okay, yeah. So let me go to add default homestead dot initial e homestead initial, and then we have string of message. Then we have some list here, which is I call list habits. Today's habits. Sorry, today, today's habits. Today's habits. Okay, and we are left with our factory homestead dot initial const homestead. Okay, and now I'll create here class home block fence qubit homes. Not this one. Hydrated block. Qubit. Now I'll define here our constructor super home state dot initial. Okay, and then we have quick fix creating two missing overrides, and here I'll write home state dot from JSON and JSON sorry state dot to JSON uh, return on the document. Save, save. Now we will run our builder. What is okay? Okay. So now here what I'll do is I'll remove this return block provider home block static root or dynamic root return material page okay um, format document and now here we have already our home page and let me create one class here you not this one folder which is called UI. Then we have file which is called home body dot dart stateless class which is called home body. Okay, and I'll just format document. Okay, so we can run this project. Let me just try to have any scaffold here. Okay, and try to run. Okay, now what we will do, we will have a let me just okay, we will have a new folder called components. We will have new file called custom app bar dot okay, and we will have app bar. Okay, so we will go to this class and we will have a stateless. We will have a stateless class. Okay, custom app bar which will extend our which will implement this one. Okay, let me write it here. Custom app bar. Okay, and now we will see what we will need to do here is we need a prefer size. So we will take reference from here. Copy and paste. Format document. Some sort of 1 second guys. Okay. Copy and paste. Format document. Cut. Let me find out. Uh, yep. So we have, okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Let me create it. Final paste, paste. Okay. Okay. And then we have a bottom something, bottom height. Zero रखिए. Okay. All my document. We will have our app bar for my document, and let me on this. Okay. So now we will have firstly our title here. Uh, just called our app name. Strings. Do I haven't defined any? Let me check. Okay. Utils. Okay, I haven't defined here, which is called constants. Okay. And we move. Okay. Then we have new file here. A string app strings dot dot class app strings static final string app name. Okay. And then we have object wise. Okay. App strings dot app name. We will have something like this as a text widget. Then we have comma, and then we have style, text style, where we have not this one, sorry, styles, prefix. Let me compare the size. We need Chivo we have, then we have font size. Uh, Not wrong. Let me just I have to check. Yeah, we have, okay, 32 font size, and do I have any font weight? Okay, we can have a dot at 32. Sorry. Order start and do okay, I have defined the color also, but it is not able, okay, okay. Um, we have to define here safe area. Not like this. Uh, we can have a padding. Padding we have only top media query dot no, not this one. Wait. Okay. Why it is not showing in my document and final string title. Okay. This is my document and a bit wise and good go. Uh, what is the issue here? Let me check once. Scaffold. Why it is not showing? Let me check once. Okay. Uh, if I'll define here our app bar only, and I'll put the same things here, okay, and we'll just paste it here. Copy, quick fix, import, import. Okay, it is working fine. I'll just remove it. Uh, yeah, it's working fine. What's the issue behind it? Okay, I think there is some issue with our, got it. Okay, I will, so this how it will look. Okay, so now we can have a background color, colors dot right. Okay, so here we can have just copy with uh, font weight, and the font weight is weight, yeah, on the document, and it's okay, it's a 700, and yeah, it's a 700. Okay, so we don't need the copy with the related thing. Okay, so it's look fine. Okay, so we have defined our title. Now we will have a, we have some trailing, or not this one, sorry, actions, and we have to ask user for actions. Okay, copy final. quick fix, add copy, and quick fix add constant. Okay. So there is just a single bell icon. We will show a notification screen there. Okay. So nothing much. So we have single child scroll view, then we have child, then we have column, then we have children. Okay. Format document, and yep. Now I'll add some padding here. Okay, side we have 16. Uh, Not this one, sorry. Yeah. Or we can have here it's a bracket with padding symmetric. We have horizontal as 16, and then we have 16. Okay. Okay. And now I'll add some. What I'll do here is I'll create a custom widget here. I mean custom function of course. Uh, File, and this is uh, habits list dot dot. Okay. Here I'll create one stateless class which is called habits list, and we'll create one final of list. We have some dynamic list. Okay. Habits list, and we have quick fix at panel field format list view dot builder context index. Then we have string wrap 2. Then we have item count habits list dot length. Then we have physique. As of now I'll make it as never scrollable because we are using it somewhere, that's why. Okay. So we will have a habit list where I'll just, okay, I haven't added. So here, what I'll do here is uh, I'll create a builder as of now. If in future we have some listener related things, then I'll add. Okay, home block, uh, home block, home state, contact state, format document. Then we have state dot today's habits. From a document and okay. So now here I'll just create a widget habit tile, and we have some function here. Okay, we will have some function here, but as of now I'll create some row. Okay, habit tile, and as of now I'll just putting as item count 5. Okay, or I'll putting as 1. Now here I'll define all the things here now. Cross access element dot start main access element dot start. Okay, cross we have done center. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so first we have some sort of firstly we have some sort of image. I'll export it later, but after that we have some space here as size box width as 12. Then we have column children. Now we have text widget. Copy. Now let me paste. We have style as textile. I mean to say styles dot copy with, and we have font family. Font family dot enter. What name? Format document and okay. No, sorry. Textiles copy utility format document. Okay, and then we have 16. Okay, everything was perfect. Yeah, so um, I got the thing. Font size is 16. Okay, then we have font weight as 600. Do we have font weight and 6? Okay, so we have to pass font weight. Weight for 600. Then we have font family we have entered. Then we have color. Okay, then I have to write the color here. Color. Let me add the color here. But so we can have a color like charcoal. Okay, we save and then we can define colors dot charcoal color, and then we have uh 0.5. Yep, format document and okay. And also let me check once. So yeah, also I have reviewed the thing here. We can just verify it. Yeah. So we will define styles. We can have a copy with here. We have font size as 18. We don't have any 18 size, I guess. Okay. Okay. Then we have not wrong. It's close. Close. Then we have color, copy, format, or we can also just let me just change it to so we don't need to write again and again, right? Quick fix import format document. Okay, because the color will be almost similar. Same thing, we don't have to write these things here. Save and okay. Huh. So we have defined the font size, font family, height. We can have uh date. Okay, font weight, font weight. Uh, Weight 600. Okay, color and other things we have defined here, right? So things are now, I think, perfect. So now we will back to our here code as well. And I have defined this one. Now let me just check the space. We will have size box 8 of 5. Then we have again our text widget, which is called uh, it's okay. I think we don't need the subtitle here, right? It's a like motivation quote actually, but I don't think we need it, right? So we can avoid these things here. So I would say just remove it and paste it here and make it as flexible so it can flex as much as it wants to, right? Like if I'll just wrote here, it will not create any issue. Okay, and lastly we have let me put them in a row, wrap up with row, same thing here, copy and paste. Okay, and main exercise dot min format document. If I'll just not sure whether it works. Yeah, flexible. Yep. Okay. Now we can have space between, and then here I can define our checkbox here. So we will have a custom checkbox here, but firstly let me design, then I'll just create a code for it. Okay. So let me say it is having a false value and it's a callback function. Copy, but it's a okay. Anyway, we have to pass it. Uh, so what I can do here is bool and int. Okay, so I can pass the index related thing here. Copy require the start on change. Okay, and then we have format document value item in index. Okay, so now here I can just pass, but we will be having any item something related thing, right? So we will pass value and then we have passed suppose on 0. Okay, because it can be null. No, it will not be null. Okay, now we have to define its color and everything, right? So let me define it in our theme class. Okay, let me check if we have our checkbox theme data. Okay, check color page dot contains widget, not this one, widget state dot selected. Then we have this, otherwise this. Okay, so let me check. It's a check color, right? So we have a check color as white, I guess. We need a fill color. We need, okay, so we don't, okay. So what I'll do here is I'll define colors dot white here, okay. From a document, and then I'll define here resolve with states dot contains widget state dot selected this return else return, okay. Okay, so do I have to, okay, okay, so we can have very light blue earth, and then we have, I think it's not sure whether it will uh otherwise it will be colors dot white. Okay, if I'll just make it as 2, not sure whether it will work. Okay, but it's no, 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 no. Let me hot restart and it's the color is not accurate. Wait, I guess this is the color. Okay, I'm not sure why, but yep, this is the one. Now we have defined from a document. Then we have our splash. No, not this one. Sorry, I'm not sure if I just missed anything. Round rectangular border we have is having some border radius dot circular 2. Okay, then we have a border side where we have width as 1. Then we have color. Let me check if I have defined the color here. Okay, copy. Hmm. And it's a charcoal blue. Okay, save, and then we have map colors dot this one. Let me just not restart. Okay, if I'll just make it as false. Perfect. What we are left, we have added this. So we have check color. Okay, we can have ghost white. Okay, and this color will be having our, so I have defined, we have color dot transparent. Okay, then we have visual density also. Visual density dot compact, and yep. Okay, so if I'll just make it as true and false. Okay, let me check if uh okay, let me compare it. Uh, okay, so we have defined it two times. Copy, save, and we'll have this one. Okay, now we will have check color. We have already defined border color. Okay, okay, now we have defined this one also. Box shadow. I haven't defined. Charcoal color we have, check color we have, and do I have defined? Okay, it will be our overlay color, the color of the checkbox. Okay, check color we have, overlay color. Okay, overlay we don't have, I guess, or we have hovered. No, we don't have any hovered related thing. Then we have, sorry, flash radius as 14, and we have material target size dot shrink wrap. Let me hot restart it. Okay, it's if I'll make it as true, it does look fine. But when I just click on false, there is something I haven't added here. Uh, okay, then maybe due to I have zoomed, that's why it is showing like this. Uh, if I'll just make it as true, I guess yeah, it's look fine. Okay, so we can define here as, and it's an ultimate scrollable. Perfect. Okay, and now we will have, we forgot one thing here. We have to wrap it in a container. We will have some decoration here. Okay, so let me just, we have some, okay, so firstly we have border radius, and it's in circular, which is having 6 pixels. Okay, then we have box box shadow. I'm taking from here itself. Okay, sorry, comment document. Let me try to have, okay, copy, and then let me check if I have any color related. Okay, so if I'll just yeah, okay, the color name we will have mouse black. I'm taking from internet, so I'm not good at naming conventions of the colors. Okay, so we have app colors with alpha as 7, I guess. Okay, I don't have that, and this I'll say dark charcoal blue gray. Copy paste app colors with alpha 12 format document, and yep. So I have set up the blur radius also, and then we have to add some padding also. Uh, Let me check. 14. Okay, and horizontal we have format document, and we have background color also, if I'm not wrong. Uh, do I have defined any white color here? Okay, colors dot white. Uh, I think one thing more, there would be some it is still okay. Hmm. Yeah, it's matching, and we need one more thing also. If user, I think, okay. We have to do one more thing also. Like we have to show the else condition. Okay, true if box decoration else. Okay, Now let me just have my pay. I haven't defined. Okay. Okay, so we have some unique name, green color. Okay, but 6A, yes. Copy, save, and colors dot with alpha, and it would have a 0.39. Okay, 39. I guess there is some. Uh, so we have the same thing as circular box shadow. Okay, so I think there is only the difference between this one color, right? Uh, okay, then I would say true if else. Now there is, I think I forgot one thing here. If I'll just copy this and I'll just paste this here. Is it okay? Vibrant indigo blue. Okay, vibrant indigo blue. Okay, copy, save, sorry, copy, paste, and then we have 10%. Sorry, format document, and if I'll just put it as false, yeah, false, const. Hmm. Okay, then object. Okay, okay, perfect. Then as of now, I'll just make it as a true. Okay, final bool is selected. Okay, is equal to false or true, whatever we want to put it as. Okay, so if I'll just put it as true, false. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have defined our custom checkbox. We have defined our custom tile, and okay, we will also have some container. Okay, so it is having some more widgets also, but we will cover that in the next video. Otherwise, the video got quite long. Okay, so I'll finish this video here. We'll meet in the next video. Bye bye.